Oh, that was quick.
Watch out.
Quick. You have to do faster secrets.
No. Yelling them out.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, I'm still reading off my notepad here, but welcome to As It Is Below, a Brindlewood Bay actual play campaign from Looking for Mom ttrpg. Our special shout out this week is to the TSA lines that let you keep your electronics in your bag and your shoes on. We love you. We salute you. Thank you. We're back again with our second mystery of the campaign, Dead Man's Hand. Dead Man's Hand is written by Donna Giltrap and published in Nephews and Peril, which is the supplement book for Brindlewood Bay. This is our third and potentially final episode of Dead Man's Hand. And if you're like, wait, Sydney, I'm just tuning in. I've been too busy becoming an Olympic pistachio sheller. First off, believe achieve. We're so proud of you. Second, go catch up. That's not my fault. We've got other episodes for you to watch, as well as our previous mystery up on the channel right now, as well as other things on the channel. If you've been poking around there, you could see that our lovely group of GMs have been running campaigns of Alien, Humblewood 5e, City of Mist, Pirate Borg, and more. And some of those games are even stream games, so if you like to get in on the live play real-time action, we've got you covered there. But last time in Dead Man's Hand, our mavens divided and conquered. While Violet calmed down a panicky Tony in the basement, she made a special visit to her concealed informant for assistance. At the same time, Marina was having a passive-aggressive standoff with Sheriff Dalrymple while trying to talk to Mariah Prescott and Curran Waitley about the crimes that had been happening, and then immediately got caught in conversation with our suspect and Newt lover Amelia, before swooping back down in to rescue Taya right after a maybe attempted interference by forces that be. And you might be asking, well, why does Taya need rescuing? Isn't Taya super independent? Well, yes, but Taya also took drugs, pain pills that aren't, hold on my notes, pills that aren't painkillers, but definitely enhance the vibe right in front of law enforcement, and needed some assistance there. We had cut back to Violet, who trapped realtor Dan with social etiquette and squeezed some clues out of him, and also had previous to that cased Mike the caterer down in the basement post. Violet's really getting around to all the suspects here. Trapping them, getting clues, making frenemies. We saw Taya use her Maven move to try to sober up. We had a cozy move. We had a Void Crown use. We've had some heartbreaking memory reveals within this group in the last session, as well as a whole bank of clues. I'm going to rattle off some of those right now. You guys found out about a false identity of the victim. Ace Rogers is not who he portrayed himself to be. Found a pair of gloves with gunshot residue. Marina found a photo of the victim and one of our suspects in the bathroom. The photo was in the bathroom, not a photo of them in the bathroom. I'm going to be clear. Among some other things, we learned that someone has plans to drain the Brindlewood Bay fen. All of these clues came with a price, though, as our mavens racked up conditions and concluded with a pretty horrifying scene, including a suspect's abduction within the event that they're currently at, only to be found dressed in a Jester Joker costume and bound in the attic. Law enforcement arrives more, not just the sheriff, but now other officers are on the scene, as well as CSI making its way in, as the mavens are escorted out of the attic, as well as Danny Walsh, our suspect / victim, who had been a part of this abduction, and are brought down out of the attic of Town Hall here back into Town Hall proper. We're going to catch up on our mavens after this assistance arrives, and hopefully they can catch Ace's killer before the whole event folds. That was a lot of words. You guys ready to play some Brindlewood Bay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. We get all of those flashbacks with it having the to be continued from the end of our last episode flashing on screen, and then we cut to the episode we're currently in now. And we have the group of you on that second floor sort of outlook balcony that Marina and Amelia had been on earlier, where something, a light fixture had dropped from the ceiling. You guys have Officer Brett and Danny Walsh. What has happened just before is, of course, you found Danny in the attic. But you also, I believe the jester hat got kicked and revealed some really crazy playing cards with your murder victims' faces on them. Both Ace Rogers and Mark Harrison, the murder victim of Homecoming at Bonfire Cliff, our last mystery. And you'll notice a couple things look different from when you were last here on this balcony. Amelia is back up here on the balcony. She's got both her copies of Newt Fancy, and she's making sure that no one can get within like a respectable distance around her. So she's fending no one off, like no one is trying to, but she's making sure. And you can see over the balcony that CSI has arrived and things are starting to get taped up. The whole event has been paused. The fountains are off. All of the like low lights and the fire hazard lights have been unplugged, and like the big lights of town hall have been turned on. So the lighting is terrible, but not in a like a tacky event way, just in like the way it normally is in town hall. People are grouped around still on the outskirts of the poker tables, and the mayor is down there kind of addressing the group with the sheriff at his side. And you guys can spot a couple of people. You see Dan, the realtor, Mike and Tony. You see, of course, Mariah, though not next to her for the first time tonight. Curran Waitley is not standing at Mariah's side, but is instead standing next to Madison and Petra. Madison, of course, one of your fellow book club goers, and Petra, the high school student that seems to be having to volunteer for every single event. Making sure I named all your people here. Mayor, Danny, Mike, yep. Everyone is accounted for. And of course, you've got Danny Walsh up with you on the balcony. And then I'm trying to think of Taya, there's someone who's been important to you all night that you don't see.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Have you guys exchanged numbers?
I think so. Like between the two mysteries, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a text on your phone. It must have gone off when you were up.
Rolling off the drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized that my cat's like allergy medicine drugs is right here. It looked like a pile of white drugs.
Just staying in theme.
Yeah.
We're just prepared.
That's set work.
Yeah.
It is. Anyway, yeah, I read the text.
It says, had to go, saw your note. What else would it say? Next time use full name. T could be Tony.
Oh.
Ooh.
Grabbed it before sheriff saw. This is like, they're all of these are separate text messages. So you got like 6 in a row. I need you to know this.
Amazing.
And there's no punctuation.
Wow, she's a real one.
Huh?
She's a real one.
That's
A real one. But catch up later.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna really slowly text with that big font on my screen. Noted. Thank you so much. Please stay safe. Text me where you are.
It's the noted for me.
Roger.
Yes.
You get a thumbs up emoji.
Uh-huh.
And then you get the like the blank stare smiley face emoji. Like not like the laugh smiley face or like the teeth smiley face, but like just the normal, yeah.
I send back a winky face and then like the cool sunglass emoji.
You get back an avocado.
Hey guys, what do you think this means? I
Is
like.
it like the pineapple for swingers thing?
You think?
I mean, maybe. I don't know what this could mean though, but it's definitely a sex thing.
Marina's really good with these things.
It's true.
What should I send back?
Does this avocado have the pit in it? You could be the one without the pit.
I didn't know there were two different avocado emojis.
There
I'll
are
send
now.
the opposite avocado emoji.
Okay, you send that?
Yeah.
Cool. You don't get anything back right now. But we'll see.
It's probably just your phone. Like, you know, it probably just lost service. Like, I'm sure you'll get a message soon.
Yeah. I hope they're okay.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
All
right.
Officer Brett takes Danny, and she's petitioning to like at least go into the bathroom, and I guess maybe the jester clothes are on over her other clothes, so she's gonna get back into her really fancy jumpsuit, and she goes off to the restroom, leaving Officer Brett and Amelia up here, and you guys hear the mayor below, just sort of his same shtick he's been giving all evening, which is, of course, everyone, we're going to stay calm and orderly, you know, now that we've got our lovely our CSI and law enforcement on the scene. I'm sure it'll be pretty quick, and then we'll all be out of here and onto our evenings. And we'll do a press conference around both the results of the tournament, and of course to update you all on the tragic events that have happened here today. Again, I'm terribly sorry, and we will get to the bottom of this, right, Sheriff? And the Sheriff is like thumbs in his like belt loops. It's the immediate eye roll for just thumbs and belt loops.
Like,
He's not taking this seriously.
Like, yes, we're taking this very seriously, Mayor. Officer Brett kind of looks at the group of you, and then the sheriff and the mayor, and he goes, I'm supposed to go check back in with all of them. You guys want to wait for her to come out? I mean, I could wait, but also she seemed to like be more comfortable with you all than me. Maybe it's just because I'm the physique, it just tends to.
oh.
Sure,
I know, it's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. What Violet's gonna say?
Yeah, I think we've got this taken care of. So you can go ahead down. You should tell them more about your physique while you're down there.
Yeah.
Last time I talked too much about my physique on a case, I did get written up, so.
Oh, well, maybe just.
I'll wait till I clock out.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll put it on TikTok. I'll send you all a link.
Perfect.
Great. Cool. Make sure to like and subscribe. And he walks away.
Okay. Violet turns and is like, is something wrong with his breath? What is he putting on a Tic Tac?
Oh, we should have gotten a little bit closer. Maybe that.
How do you send a link to a Tic Tac?
Yeah.
Maybe he meant lick a Tic Tac.
Is this like a Willy Wonka thing? Can they send things to your phone now?
The government can send anything to your phone. This is Amelia popping up next to your group.
Really?
Oh, Amelia, I forgot you were there.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm just so small. Sometimes I don't see people's faces.
Oh, that makes sense. There's a particular type of newt that is actually smaller than your thumb, and we really can't see them, and they're actually all over the fen. And one day I was out there, like making a little terrarium and grabbing stuff so that my replica at home would be just as good as the ones that are out here. And she's gonna continue to talk.
And she's gonna like yawn and put her arms around both Violet and Marina.
So hold on. Let me go back for just a minute. You're talking about you spend a lot of time in the fen, is that right?
I've been there once and twice. It's one of our natural population spots for the Brindlewood County newt.
Yeah, have you I heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true, to be fair, but it sounded like maybe there were some like plans to drain the fen potentially. Do you know anything about that?
Go ahead and roll me the meddling move with presence, and then you all clock her immediately. Her like she gets very serious, much more serious than she already has been.
All right, we're gonna try.
She stands up straighter.
Whoa.
7.
Okay, so you rolled a 7.
Yeah.
And on a 7 with the meddling move, there's going to be some sort of complication or cost to this. Let me think for a moment. She does get a lot more serious. And she goes, "Why? What have you heard?"
It just sounded like there was some talk like there were going to be plans to drain it, but like, I don't know. We didn't get all of it. Tara, you know everything going on in town. Have you heard anything while you've been out and about?
You know, I try not to involve myself in these environmental things.
Everyone should be involved in the environment. You literally live in it.
You sound like that one guy.
You met, was it Brad?
Chad?
Yeah.
Chad?
Chad?
Brad? Something like that?
No.
He's real concerned about putting water bottles on the ground in the woods.
Yeah.
Like temporarily, not like throwing them out, but like you take it out of your backpack and put it on the ground, and he's worried that BPA is going to leach out. It was a whole thing.
Well, that's a valid worry.
Yeah, I think you two would get along.
I think so too.
Oh no, I'm not interested in meeting more people.
How old are you, Amelia?
I think he's really into lizards.
She's definitely gonna be older than him, but I think she's in her late 20s.
Oh, never mind.
Whereas like Brad is 19.
Yeah, that's
She's got to afford that newt lifestyle. Okay, well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if people want to drain the fen. I mean, it's like good land, but also what's going to happen to the newts?
Well, and it's like super ecologically important. Like there's a lot of birds that live there. Like
yeah, and then the newts.
Yeah. And like small mammals.
Sure.
What's the craziest thing you've done to protest environmental changes? Just curious.
Oh, I'm not a protester. I submit to Newt Fancy, and I raise money, and
Okay. So
there's too many people at a protest. There's already too many people here. It's hard enough to look all three of you in the eyes at the appropriate times I need to be. But no. Why? Is there a protest going on for the fen? Do I need to write a letter to the newspaper to generate interest?
I just wanted to know how involved you were.
I do almost anything for the newts. I mean, I'm playing a poker tournament. Gambling is, but I'll do it for the newts.
You are being very brave.
Yeah.
It's just practical. We need the newts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell they're very important.
As far as draining the Brindlewood fen, I don't think anyone's gonna be able to as much as they want to. All that land's owned by the wait lease.
Oh.
It's part of. I don't know. Do you guys ever go to the history wing here?
No.
No.
I think it's, I mean, it's underneath renovation right now, but no, all that land's owned by the Whateleys. Part of it's that nature preserve, and part of it's privately owned. Oh my gosh, I know. Go back to grammar school. Owned.
It's been a stressful night. It's okay.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the original, the founder Whately, the oldest one, Abernathy or Atticus or whatever his name is. I mean, I'll just tell you, since you can't go into the renovated area. That wouldn't be safe.
Yeah.
Very convincing looks from all of you. No, they moved. They moved to town, and then they owned that land, and he believed it was some sort of like. He was real big into some of the pseudoscience stuff, so it was important to him, and they've never sold the land, as far as I know.
Okay.
Well, if someone looked like they'd sell the land, it'd probably be. And she kind of like looks down and points with her like new fancy rolled up over the balcony and points down to Curran.
Oh.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Someone new in town just can't comprehend how important the newts are to our ecosystem. So.
Well, maybe if you get a chance, you should, talk to her about the newts. Maybe that would, really, really stress that importance.
I think I'll write a strongly worded email, and then I'll print it out, and then I'll put it in an envelope, and then I'll take it to her business before it opens, so I don't have to see anyone, and put it through the mail slot, and then leave, and then get myself a cup of green tea.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, you can also mail it, right? Like, then it's like if somebody sees you putting things in, that might be a little creepy. You know what? Never mind. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Mailing things takes 3 times as long if it's in town. Might as well just walk it there.
Yeah.
That's true.
You got a point.
Yeah, I do. She seems to get a little mote of confidence, and at that point, like, Danny Walsh walks out of the restroom, and they lock eyes, and Amelia, in the way that a person could skitter like a newt and it not be like very creepy on all fours, but she does just kind of sees another person, and she's pretty much only comfortable with the 3 of you, and she just, with her 2 magazines, turns around and walks quickly to the staircase to walk down.
Oh.
Danny kind of looks at the 3 of you. Whoa. What's this I hear about the fen and the newts? Man, her voice really carries.
Yeah, I can't believe you heard that in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, it's really echoey. Have you been in that bathroom? And it's just solid tile.
Wow.
Do you know anything about the fen?
And this is where I think the complication from Val's role is going. Like, the complication has happened, which is you ask a good question to maybe the wrong person. Now, in Taya asking it, and we'll give you a chance. No, it's hard because, like, a complication, I still think you get a clue off of that. It's just that you didn't get it from Amelia. Let me think.
Yeah.
Take your time. We'll fix it in post.
No, anything about the fen? Isn't that junk of land that the Whateleys own?
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
think
done anything on it in ever.
apparently it's run with newts.
Yeah.
I'll make that one. You guys just see, like, the head going down the stairs of Amelia. I'm sure that'll make her day. I had her interview earlier. Well, it's good that someone can be so passionate about something.
Exactly.
I really commend that.
Yeah. What are you passionate about?
Right now, staying alive.
That's
Yeah.
And then finding out the truth. Well, maybe we can go tit for tat here. And she kind of opens up her notebook. I've got something on the fen, but I'm really struggling. I really want to put together what happened here. So I can share a little bit about what I've heard if you want to share a little bit about what you have heard. You know, truth seeker to truth seeker, investigators to reporter. Anything you want out in the freedom of the press?
Guys, what information do we have?
That's. I was looking for my highlight.
You guys can take your time. And she'll let you huddle up to discuss what you're going to tell her.
Yeah.
Does she know that Ace Rogers isn't really Ace, or like this picture that we found of him?
Oh, that's a good piece of information.
Yeah.
I also wanted to check out what might have happened to you, Marina. See what's up on the upper level.
What do you mean?
Because you cut that chandelier, right? Was it chandelier? Or it was like a light fixture, right?
Yeah, so it's out of the ceiling tile. There isn't like a full upper level above that. It would be the attic.
Yeah.
Oh, did we see like a hole from the attic?
No, I think you guys were pretty well occupied with what was going on.
You're right.
And I'd also like to see what happened in that office that Danny went into. In that weird. Like,
Allegedly, she chimes in from behind your group.
you have great ears. Wow, to be young.
I know. I have to turn up my hearing aid that I don't have because I don't have hearing aids.
Oh yes, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then what Amelia was mentioning about, it not being safe in the historic. But I mean, we're so careful.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to go check out the attic again because it would make sense if someone was trying to go after you and then they also went after Danny in the same space.
Yeah.
Maybe they left something.
Yeah.
Maybe something not so horrifying.
Yeah. I don't want to find another person dressed up as a jester.
God.
Yeah. Not a highlight.
But if you want to keep Danny occupied, I could head up there.
Again, I'm 2 feet away from you all.
I think you should take a step back.
Yeah.
No.
You're supposed to at least like hum or pretend not to listen.
Yeah. Like look around.
That would be contrarian to my character, to the person that I am.
You are a reporter, so you are nosy. That makes sense.
Nosy. I prefer the term inquisitive, exactly.
You know, Marina's always been better with words than I have.
So are we trading information, or is this just another dead end in my night of dead ends?
Let's do a trade then.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I think after the rough experience, we could both use a little something to inch us forward.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know I can go first. It's fine. Well, I've been trying to look into things that people seem to not want anyone to look into. You know, with the election cycle coming up and this charity work, and there seems to be just an interesting centralization of power in town. And you can take the reporter out of Boston, but you can't take the Boston out of the reporter. So looking around, I give it to you, Brindlewood Bay people. So secretive, but at least so far I have it on good authority that Ace Rogers kind of fleeced down one of the players tonight. Some sort of argument. But everyone seems to keep their cool and not want to talk about connections and I mean, if I had to guess, it'd be, he's playing for that weird charity, but who has the most to gain from Ace Rogers being here? I think about the publicity of it all. If there's someone tied to that charity, or perhaps the mayor, or maybe it's just the town itself and marketability. But of course, all of those are meaning making. I don't have that data yet. And if there's one thing I pride myself on, it is a factual basis. So part of my visits around town hall today have been an effort to find that truth. Is that good enough for you all?
Yeah. And you being so inquisitive, what is exactly the charity? Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
That's the thing. What a real absence of information. It seems to have been incorporated for a while, but all I can find is a web page, and the donate button is broken. You think if you're a charity, you'd want that to work. No sort of publicity.
Hmm.
I would not be surprised if it's not a real charity, is all I'm saying. Your capital C clue here is the evidence that Ace Rogers has previously fleeced a suspect.
Okay. Ooh. Just pondering for theorize. Maybe it could be maybe he fleeced Dan's little brother, who was involved in some. Isn't he involved in some nefarious things?
I think so.
Oh, brother Stan had a gambling addiction.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tit for tat, what do you all have for a tired, banged up reporter?
Well, it seems that our dear Ace Rogers, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, part of this is, if you're going to have some kind of gravestone, what name are they going to put on it? Because apparently our guy has a bit of an alias. Because Charles Ace Rogers is not Charles Ace Rogers.
I could see where that's, I'm staying in one of those, what are the Verbines, Airbnb bars, whatever they're called. And the internet connection's whack, and I've been trying to pull record databases, and I had to reboot like 4 times. So, but no, I was thinking of something along that. So that's good to know. How do you all know that?
I'm trying to remember.
I think it was from Dan.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good conversation with Dan.
Yeah. We can probably throw Dan under the bus.
Yeah. I was on drugs. My whole reliability system's a little hard right now. What, you've never seen an old woman on drugs before?
Accidentally.
I was going to say, in her defense, it was an accident.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but your pen did. It was really loud.
I'm taking notes. That's what a reporter does. Why do you feel shame around that?
No, of course not. I'll take drugs right now.
So defensive.
You just got off.
Okay, let's wait till tomorrow, okay?
You're right.
Oh, later tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
a couple
we'll see
hours.
what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have plans later?
A long call with my psychiatrist.
That's probably healthy.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack.
Yep.
And then a police statement, probably, so that whoever did that to me can rot as long as the courts seem fit.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna head into the attic again to see if they left anything.
Yeah. Do you want a hand?
Sure.
Okay.
Should we?
I will be passing. I don't think I need to go back up there.
All right.
I'll head up as well.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, thank you. As you guys turn to go to the attic and she goes down the stairs, you hear Danny Walsh start to call out for Sheriff Dalrymple.
Okay.
Yeah, you head back up
I'm
to
gonna
the
walk
attic.
faster.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a creepy old attic.
Can I see where like the line was cut?
So the attic, I mean, Town Hall is pretty big. Not all of the attic is travelable because we talked about the insulation and how there's like cardboard flooring in here. So you can see the light coming in from where something came out of the panels, but you cannot walk there. If that makes sense. You can see it, but it is not, unless you like balance on these beams in between all of the insulation, you can't get close enough to it.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, roll me the night move with vitality. What are you afraid will happen if you fail?
Oh gosh. I'm so bad at thinking of these. I'll crash through the roof.
Yeah, you'll fall through the ceiling, and I think you'd probably sustain injuries that would necessitate going to the hospital.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah.
Be
Okay.
careful.
I'll be careful. It's okay. I'm gonna like rub the like lucky crystal bracelet
I'm
that
gonna do like 6 more.
they're covering my arms. Okay, you said night move with vitality, right?
Yes.
Okay. 10.
All right.
I'm in the clear.
Yes.
You're in the clear for getting there. Let's see if you can get back. But
Oh,
for
gosh.
now, narrate getting over there.
Okay, I'm gonna like pull up my skinny jeans that I insisted I still wear to keep up with the times. But I'm like a time back. Anyway. And I do a couple like pre-cheese race stretches that I usually do, and then I hop, skip, and jump over there.
Yeah, and you make it, though I think that maybe there's one moment where you like have to catch your balance. You definitely get close enough to see where like the panel that the light fixture had been mounted into has been removed. And the wiring that it had been wired into has been cut.
Oh, there's like nothing else around it that I can see.
Do you want to roll a meddling move?
Yes, please.
All right, it's going to be a meddling move with reason here to see if you can find anything in this little area.
Okay. Another 10.
I think you canonically have the most 10s out of this group.
It's amazing. Yeah. Life is good right now.
You have to get a dice cam on your dice.
Please.
Okay. How are you looking?
So there's like insulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just like get down real low and like dig through.
What did we call it last time? Like attic
house.
stuff?
House.
House.
Yes.
Ooh.
Also, I rolled a 7 in dice, so you know.
Nice.
For Pride Month.
It takes a little bit. It takes a little bit as you dig around and try to keep your balance and not fall into the insulation, which would not be good for you. But eventually you start to hear this little rattling. You know, like when you drop a bolt on the ground and it rolls around. But it's not a bolt that you find. It's a bullet.
Oh.
And once you get it into some light, Taya, you'll see that it's got someone's name on it.
Whoa.
And I will definitively say right now for all of you, the name is not Ace Rogers. but you'll get to decide if it's like the alias or another suspect's name during Theorize.
Cool.
And like it's like a whole bullet, not
It's
just
like a big ol',
It's
yeah.
ready to shoot. Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna try to make my way back.
Okay. I'm gonna make you give me another vitality.
Come on, gay dice.
Come on.
Fudge. No. Sorry, one's on the floor. I'll get it later. Okay. 8.
As you make your way back, I think, there's a lot of clutter and stuff up here as well. So as you get closer, you can start to brace yourself on things.
Uh-huh.
And give me just like a random attic thing.
I don't know why, but I just thought nails, like nails that are poking out of wood.
Oh.
Can you think of something that sounds a little less like a physical condition?
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait. Old furniture. Your girl's never been in an actual attic before.
What's in my attic?
Storage unit stuff. I think there could be like old furniture is perfect.
Okay.
I think maybe there's an old armchair up here that's like it's been reupholstered a few times, it's moth-eaten, it's ratty. And as you brace yourself on it, it might just be from the amount of physical things you had to do. Maybe it's from the octane. Your vision swims. And for a moment, Taya, you are in a version of this attic that has nothing in it. Your friends are not there. There's no dust. There is insulation.
House
There's a empty and clean filing cabinet, and the chair you have your hand on, brand new.
Okay. Weird. Okay. I'm gonna look into the filing cabinet.
As you get over there, you start to hear voices. But maybe more concerning is that you hear pounding from inside the filing cabinet. You still gonna look inside?
Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm like, where are my friends? What is happening? This is probably like the key to getting back.
Yeah. The filing cabinet has no labels on it. You open the first drawer, it's empty. The pounding is still rattling at the bottom as if someone is like, a kid in a locker, like hitting that type of metal. You open up the second one, nothing. It starts to shake even more. The voices from like the hallway coming up, you hear the sounds of men in conversation. You get to that third and final like bucket drawer, and when you open it, you are just like casted with light so bright that it forces your eyes shut out of protection. And when you finally get them open again, you're back where you were. You see your friends in front of you. Marina and Violet, you see Taya grab onto this chair and brace, and then immediately like stumble back and blink a few times. Taya, what do you think what condition do you want from this?
Oh man. Like, like dazed or shaken, maybe?
Yeah. Those both work. I was percolating around like time blinded. Dazed and all of those I think are perfect. Pick your favorite. Put it in there for your condition.
Time blinded sounds cool.
But hey, you didn't fall through the roof.
It's true. Oh gosh. I like rub my eyes and I look up and I'm like, are we still in the attic?
Yeah. Are you all right? Or is there an aftershock of the drugs?
I think so, but it didn't really feel like the same as like the drugs. I don't know. It was weird. You guys were gone. This chair was in there, and there was like a weird filing cabinet and like this blinding light.
Filing cabinet.
I must be on something again, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've never taken on octane, but no.
One day.
Taya, you do see a filing cabinet here.
Okay.
Was it that one?
Yeah, it was that one. But the first two were empty. The third one had that weird light.
Weird light? I think
And the filing cabinet's barking.
There's a dog in there.
Every time I unmute myself to say something, she goes off again. Every single time.
What were you gonna say, Marina?
That I think I'm gonna get like try to see what she's talking about.
Yeah, this filing cabinet is old and decrepit and a little rusted, and it takes a bit of work to even get the drawers to open. The first one, it's empty. The second one is empty. The third one has, like a straw wrapper, and it looks like maybe a bottle of Sprite that got left. Someone had this as a trash can a while back. It's kind of leaked out and sticky in the corner. There's a sticky note in there, half ripped off and definitely aged. It could be from like the 70s or something. And it just says out of copy paper, BRB.
Okay, I must have been on. I don't know if this is like an effect of octane, but like an aftershock sort of deal.
Yeah, were you hallucinating before? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Maybe I inhaled some house fluff or something.
You did stumble, like maybe you inhaled something then, because you made it out there really good. So like
those cheese stretches, they always do the trick.
Yeah,
I know they always get me almost to that cheese wheel.
Yeah, you could have done them on your way back too.
I should have. But is it okay if I just like hang on to you guys for a little while?
Yeah,
of course.
I'm gonna like grip them really tightly.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
Are you guys leaving the attic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys should we I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty boring in the main room for a little bit. Should we Taya, are you feeling up to maybe learning some history by any chance?
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. I'm actually gonna like take out from my like leather jacket like a pair of sunglasses and like put my sunglasses on.
Okay.
Cool. As you guys start to leave the attic, this kind of like spiral staircase that goes up situation, you almost kind of run into, let's see, I think it's got to be Mike, the caterer, and Officer Brett. And you get the tail end of their conversation of like, no, I think that, they were on the balcony, so they should be up here. And oh, there you all are. This is Officer Brett. And then Mike is like, we were just making sure that everyone gets out of the building. And Officer Brett continues, yeah, we're actually going to evacuate all known persons so we can start the sweep for anyone who might be in here hiding out. So we're going to get everyone outside with some of our extra officers and start looking around. So we'd like to escort you all fine ladies out.
Violet, weren't you looking for something in the offices? You like lost something?
Yeah, actually, I think something and
It's a dog. The dog's in the office.
I had a puppy in my purse and it just jumped out in the offices and I just came up here for a minute.
I
Um,
have to say, my parents brought me a pizza the size of my face.
Can your parents bring me a pizza?
Right.
Gosh, new shout out, your parents.
yes.
For that pizza.
That's incredible.
No. So if I'm off camera, I'm stuffing my face trying to eat this pizza.
Understood.
That's valid.
ASMR.
Yes. We support giant pizzas
Like
here.
scratching the pepperoni. No.
Officer, yeah, no, we're supposed to escort everyone out. So if you need to make a stop, I guess we'll. I'm really not supposed to let anyone go anywhere else. We're just supposed to head right outside.
It was just I think my necklace fell off, and my daughter. It was a gift for my daughter, and you know it would mean a lot if we could just check real quick.
Okay, we'll go with you.
Okay.
And Officer Brett goes to his walkie and we've got the last three. They're trying to find a necklace, gonna escort them there, and then we'll be out. And Mike just kind of looks at you all and was like, I don't remember you wearing a necklace earlier.
Well, usually, you know, it's kind of beneath my shirt, which I
That's
mean,
right.
I don't think you would be looking
No,
there.
no.
Like,
I mean,
you
it
know,
was,
let's
you know,
not
it was
make this
dark because
weird.
you were in the basement, not where you're supposed to be.
I was checking on Tony.
Which, again, thank you, but
Yeah.
okay. Well, let's go find this necklace so we can all get out of here. They're gonna owe me so much overtime. And Officer Brett goes, all right, let's go. You all lead the way, and him and Mike, the caterer, will walk behind you.
All right.
Cool.
Officer Brett chimes in. Why were you guys in the office? Aren't those like private people's offices?
Well, it was like in the hallway outside. I came up the wrong stairs from the basement. It's
Oh yeah, and Mike
really
hits over and he's like, "That's where the elevator is, Officer Brett." And
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
You know, the old hips. You know.
I don't have keys to any of the offices, so I hope it wasn't in there.
No, just hopefully it's in the hallway. You know, I talked to Dan who was back there on the phone, so I probably didn't notice. You know, maybe it fell there.
I think you guys were like making your way down, and you see down the staircase to the first floor, and you can see most everyone has been cleared out. Like kind of the last people to go are, let's say, Mariah, who keeps trying to talk to the mayor while the mayor is talking to the sheriff. And then Petra is just like watching all of the CSI people with rapt fascination to the point that someone kind of has to like drag her arm out and like kind of convince her to walk forward. But eventually they get out alongside the mayor and the sheriff to the group of people on the front steps there. And you guys make it back to the front where it branches off to the hallways and the basement again. And we'll smash cut. We're in the hallways. You've got Officer Brett and Mike just kind of like, okay, so what does the necklace look like?
It's got like it's like a pendant, and it's got like it's glass, and it's got like a little bird on it, and like the sky, and like you know, like yeah, it should be. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Okay, so I feel like you didn't purposely lose a necklace here earlier. And Officer Brett's been kind of going along with it. I do think at this point I'm going to ask you to roll the night move with presence.
All right.
As you get that, you tell them the description of a necklace that is not going to be here.
Okay. That's a 10.
Okay. Wow, that must be one of those like artisan things.
Yeah, my daughter does a lot of traveling, and found it on one of her trips. So you understand why I'd be so upset to lose it. But you know, I can't thank you enough. And I think Violet here for a minute is gonna try to go off on a tangent about birds and distract our dear Officer Mike, giving Taya and Marina an opening to do things.
I think on your 10, you can definitely get Officer Brett, who this is where I showcase my knowledge, my 0% knowledge of law enforcement, because I highly doubt that they would ever let this occur specifically. It's a TV show. It's what makes for good writing, right?
Yeah.
So I think on your 10, I'll let you get Officer Brett, but Mike is still, like, I don't think he's standing next to Officer Brett at this moment. I think he's trying to just, like, you know, he's looking on those cushions and the chairs next to the offices, and this is why you get a woman with flowers. You don't get her a necklace. Flowers, you put them in a vase, you know exactly where they are.
Is this Mike talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think as Violet goes on about this necklace, she starts telling him about her daughter Lark, who travels the world doing photography, and she's so proud, and all the places that she's been, and how, you know, one day she's trying to talk the Mavens into going with her to meet her and, you know, spend time. And she kind of looks over his shoulder and, like,
yeah, you hear Officer Brett goes, you know what, my uncle keeps talking about what a quiet weekend will be when the three of you go out of town.
Yeah, see, exactly. It'll be like a gift to you guys too. You know, I get to spend time with my daughter because, you know, it's really hard. Like, she was actually in Peru last year for like 4 months.
Don't they got like parasites in Peru?
Not that any that she got, but there, oh my gosh, there was somebody in like the camp at one point, and like she said it was real bad. Like, you wouldn't want to see any of that. She said despite that, she still enjoyed the food. So, you know.
I think throughout this, like, I think maybe at this point in your tangent, you guys hear the sheriff go through the, like, Brett, where are you? And Brett's like, don't worry, we're looking for that necklace. Well, right, 1 second. All right, tell me more about Peru.
Can Taya like slowly make her way over to Mike and like kind of put her hand on his shoulder and go,
you gotta be careful.
Sorry, I've had like the worst headache.
Then sit down. You don't have to put your hand on my shoulder.
I know. I just wanted to know, you know, like, do you have any kids? Because I can't relate to both Violet and Marina. I don't have kids of my own.
No.
Thank goodness, right?
Well, no, I would have liked the opportunity, but I was in jail.
You know, I get that. But
you?
You're out of jail now, right?
Yeah, do I look like I'm in jail right now?
I don't know. You could be on some sort of like return situation where you have to come back.
Listen, what do you want?
What's
all this
talk, you know?
Well, I don't.
Okay. Bit rude, but that's fine.
Cool. Glad we agree it's fine. And he goes back to looking around.
Marina, I tried.
My goodness.
Maybe you could go over there and talk with him.
You hear him yell out, what the fuck is this necklace supposed to look like?
He seems really upset.
I'm just gonna go up to him. Why are you so hostile right now?
Excuse me?
I asked why you're so hostile.
I don't know, lady. I was supposed to work a catering gig. They got a fountain full of fucking oatmeal. I'm making drinks that got no alcohol in them. Everyone's been rude to me all night. I'm supposed to get overtime, hopefully. I was supposed to get online and play with my buddies. After this, we were gonna play some freaking Minecraft.
Oh.
And now I'm stuck here looking for a goddamn necklace.
What would you say would make your night better?
Leaving.
How could we make that go faster?
If we find the necklace. Or you all give up on the necklace so we can all go outside and then they case this joint.
Why don't you just let us look for it?
Yeah, why are you even here?
Because they told me I needed to be, like, Officer Brett couldn't be alone, and they needed at least another person with him to go up and get you all, so now I'm just along for the ride.
Well, there's 3 of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 of us now. You could just leave.
You guys can roll. Oh, gosh, I really want to make you roll disadvantage because he's not having a fun time in these conversations. So I can't just. Actually, what he'll say is, it's not. I don't get to leave. They're just all sitting there out on the front fucking step. It's either being here looking for the necklace and the air conditioning at least, or out there standing on the front step with a bunch of people who got mad that I couldn't give them freaking tequila all night.
Oh, people are the worst.
Yeah.
You know what? I really tried to put on when we were serving drinks and I was on the job a really nice and cheerful face. I was cheerful, wasn't I? I was doing all right. But gosh, it's just.
Yeah, let it out, buddy. You can.
We were gonna strip mine for the diamonds.
Oh, in your Minecrafts. Yes.
Yeah.
Was anybody rude to you?
Roll me the meddling move with presents.
Okay.
Goodness, it ain't me.
Let me see. What do I have for presents? Oh, that's a really cute 0 that I have for presents, bringing me to a total of 5.
What?
Oh, lady, who wasn't rude? Actually, you weren't rude to me tonight, so I guess there's that. But I don't know. I don't think the catering gig. I thank Tony for helping me get a job out of the joint, but I don't think catering's it. I need like not a people job. I need like one of those jobs where they set you in front of a computer and you type shit in all day.
Is that what you did before you went to jail? What'd you do?
Crimes.
Okay, that could have been your side job.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of the whole gig.
That's kind of cool though. It's kind of hardcore.
Don't think I'm supposed to say yes to that.
Yeah, but it's like
Listen, I don't know if this is get to know you fucking hour. Well, I would just go back to looking for the necklace.
What if we look like a little bit further? Maybe it's not here. Maybe we can just like spread out. Maybe that can go by faster and we could all just leave.
Sure, you guys can spread out that way. And he points way down the hallway away from him.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Marina, let's go.
Yeah.
He goes back to like huffing and muttering underneath his breath. A completely different mic than the guy who was saying, all righty, and and doing the drinks and the bit. Like he really tried.
He did his best.
When you just like you hit your threshold for a day. He's there.
Yeah, he's all peopled out.
You know, I get it. I used to work in service at one point too, so.
Him and Amelia both.
I love. What did you do before? Crimes. That really got me.
Yeah.
He was he pled guilty. Like, it's not a secret. I do. So you did fail that meddling move, which does give me a cool little keeper reaction.
Ooh. Took a bite of this enormous pizza.
You're good. And I think the reaction is that you guys can all hear through the walkie-talkie thing that Brett has. Sheriff goes, we'll call off the search. We got a confession.
Oh.
And Brett goes, oh, right on. Someone's guilty conscience ratting them out. All right, ladies. Let's find this necklace and get on home. Someone's confessed to the crime.
He seems a little too happy about that.
Who confessed?
I don't know.
Who would confess? What?
Yeah, what?
You guys hear Mike go, thank fucking God I'm out of here. And he just walks straight to the door.
I'm gonna look harder now. I'm just gonna like quickly look through, see if there's any doors that open, stuff like that.
You'll have to. Are you trying to check these doors without being seen by Officer Brett?
Yes. Because Violet's
talking at him, but just got the intercom call that a confession has happened, and so Brett is starting to say, like, all right, we'll check lost and found in the morning. We do need to get everyone cleared out of here. We get to head on home early. So if you're trying to check these doors without being seen, it is going to be a night move with composure.
Ooh, okay. Is it worth it?
Remain calm. while he's right there.
I'll do it.
What are you afraid will happen if you fail?
I'll be in more trouble with the law.
Oh, definitely. It could look pretty suspicious why you're trying door handles when it was explicitly stated that the necklace was lost in the hallway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. With composure, right?
With composure.
Oh my gosh, please. 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give you what you want. You're going to find a door that opens with an alarm that goes off.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you get a door that opens, but everyone knows you opened one.
Amazing.
And it is the mayor's office.
Womp. Okay, as soon as like I push the door open or like get it open, and I forcefully throw it open just so I can like get a good look.
Like
yeah, I just want to like see the room. I'm gonna like back up as soon as the alarm starts going off and go, okay, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know that a door could have an alarm on it.
Officer Brett was like, I didn't even know they had these alarms on. It's okay, it's all right. We'll have someone come turn it off.
Yeah,
and he goes to the walkie-talkie. Can we get Mayor Simons in here? His door had an alarm that went off. I think one of us just must have bumped into it. And Brett gives you like a wink.
Okay.
Well, we can just get him to get the alarm off, and we'll be on our way out of here. And soon enough, you guys have like a minute before you're gonna hear like the heeled boots of Mayor Simons come in. Now you've got Officer Brett with you, but he didn't rat you out that you opened the door.
Wow, he's another real one.
Another real one.
Yeah. All right.
I bump into things that have alarms all the time. One time in the 4th grade, I accidentally pulled the fire alarm twice on the same day.
Dang.
My backpack got snagged.
Oh. I mean, that's pretty hard.
And then my hand got caught, and then I pulled it.
Oh.
I wink at him like
accidentally.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the mayor's office?
Only for like briefings and stuff.
Is it cool?
I mean, it's right there.
Oh, right here? Violet, I'll look in the door.
I haven't seen if it's cool.
Yeah, I think we should all just go check it out.
Yeah.
You guys all step inside?
Yeah.
Cool. You all step inside, and the footsteps start echoing from the main door. The lights are off in here. Everything is pretty pristine. I think you guys would remember that Danny said it was like out of a wardrobe or a closet or something in here. She allegedly had been in here.
Oh.
And then someone, while the door was shut, took her from here.
Oh.
But you've got Officer Brett with you right now. And you know Mayor's on his way. And someone's already confessed to the crime. Time is ticking in more ways than one for your group.
I guess
I think I'm going to admire the craftsmanship. And like this is a really cool office. I mean, and then just like
and I'm gonna like flip the lights on to help Marina.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys can both do those things.
Looking at very like what I think is like suspicious cabinets, or
is there like a bookshelf? I think Violet would be like checking out the bookshelf.
Yeah, I think you guys hear Officer Brett go, I don't know if we're supposed to be touching anything in here.
We're not touching anything.
Very careful.
Okay, yeah.
Never seen anything.
And the alarm's still going. It's so loud. It's one of those like door alarm, like as soon as the door gets opened, if it hasn't been deactivated, it just goes off immediately. You have time for one roll.
Oh, each?
And then the mayor's going to be here. What do you want it to be? Not each. You have time for one collective action, but you could probably give the help to someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I will give you an option. You can be successful and Officer Brett will see you. So the roll is to see if basically if you can do it without being seen, or we can do it as Officer Brett will not see you, and the roll is for whether or not you'll be successful. What feels like a bigger risk to you? Officer Brett seeing you like lockpick a cabinet in the mayor's office, or the actual act of lockpicking a cabinet in the mayor's office?
I think the biggest threat would be Officer Brett seeing us because he's cool. He's on my cool list now, so I think I wouldn't want him to see me do that.
I think, yeah, with the added pressure of knowing the mayor is going to walk in at any minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So your role is, can you get this done without him knowing you're doing it?
Okay.
It is going to be a night move with composure, but you have advantage because you're using your shark tooth necklace.
Sick. Is advantage roll 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And you keep the top 2.
Okay. Come on.
And I need you to know if you fail, if you get anything lower than a 10, it will not be good.
Can we hold on? Have we Gold Crown Mystery moved yet?
That'll be an auto success, so you don't roll. You do have to narrate it.
I'm thinking this feels like the right time.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like, when it matters the most. Yeah, so once per mystery, you can narrate exactly how Amanda Delacourt did this in one of the books. You name the book, what happened in the book, and its similarity to the events right now. And then you perform the action in the same way Amanda Delacourt did it in the book, and you auto success. So if you do pull this off, no one will see you do it. That doesn't resolve the fact that soon after doing it, the mayor will be here. But you will at least get it open without Brett seeing you. Or the mayor seeing you do it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Shall
So
we?
Yeah.
We need a name for the book.
Yes.
We always do like the alliteration. I was thinking like since you're doing shark tooth, we could do like the saber tooth something.
Ooh, yeah.
Like
First thing I thought of was savant, but that doesn't seem
sandwich. That was
the saber-tooth
sailor.
The saber-tooth sailor, the saber-tooth
short,
stickler, the saber-tooth suspect, the saber-tooth.
The saber-tooth suspect is good.
The saber-tooth
Swindler.
secret.
Ooh, secret.
Ooh.
I like secret.
Any of those ring a bell? You guys decide, not me.
The saber.
I think suspect or secret sound pretty good.
Secret.
Yeah, saber-tooth secret.
All right. So what happened in the saber-tooth secret with Amanda Delacourt, and why is it similar to what's going on right now?
She had to investigate a natural history museum.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
She had to go into the office and get into the filing cabinet.
Yes.
And like there's not a saber-tooth tiger here, but there was definitely like a saber-tooth tiger like above the filing cabinet.
It's just the head.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah, and she like ripped off the tooth
Mhm.
because earlier all of her lock-picking stuff got lost in a chase.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so
And it
she
was
used that.
one of those like times against you, like maybe somebody was some kind of like booby trap was like set off or something. So it was very much like a race against time. And then tried to find something and then saber-tooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. And then Taya, now please narrate exactly how like you do it here. And you do have to say the words like this is exactly what happened to Amanda Delacourt in the Sabertooth Secret or whatever you named it. So you get to say that line because it's like a very cheesy TV line. This is a TV show. And then you narrate you doing the same thing.
Guys, I got this. It's like in that episode of, or in that, oh my gosh.
In the TV adaptation of the Sabertooth.
Yeah. Of the Sabertooth Secret. I have a tooth just like the Sabertooth. And then I like leap over, I like tumble over the desk. Are we doing a cabinet or like a drawer? What are we doing?
Think like a wardrobe, like a cabinet that's got like people-sized doors.
Okay. I still think it would be cool to like vault over the desk. Because that's what
Is like Bay's best mayor bobblehead gets knocked over.
amazing. Awesome.
Altea, trying to be sneaky, jumps over the desk.
That's what Brett is bending down to pick up while you do this.
Amazing. And then I take my tooth and I slowly like lockpick and then pry it open.
There's a draft. You pry it open and there's a back to this and there's some coats hanging up, but you feel colder air. And I think if you had reach in there, you can probably move the false back out of the way.
Whoa. Do I have enough time to just whomp?
To punch it?
Well, like,
No, could you do that? Could you do that sound again?
whomp.
It was a whomp.
Whomp. Roll for whomp.
Our sound effects.
You need like a soundboard of all of our whomp.
I don't know what you were actually asking to have enough time to do.
To open the false back somehow.
I will say by the time you open it, the mayor will be in there. So you have the knowledge it's there. It is, are you going to risk opening it knowing he's walking in the door? Or are you saving that knowledge?
Oh, I just threw highlighters. Could we do like a distraction? Like, oh hey, I see this book on your shelf. Can you tell me about that? Is the alarm
So you can. I want you guys to think through the fact that if you go through this, Brett knew he let 3 of you in here. Then if there's only 2 of you, it's going to not look great for you, which is a totally okay thing. I just want to let you know, like, think long term past just the distraction, what it could look like for you all. I am totally okay with that. I'm also totally okay with whatever you all decide. It's what is important to you in this moment as you hear the mayor's steps get closer and closer.
Okay, what if I use my MacGyver move to build a fake necklace, like a fake immunity.
You already used your MacGyver move.
Yeah, I did. It would have been so cool though.
You used it to sober up.
Point of order. Have you used your Colt Sievers yet?
I haven't. I could have used it earlier. I forgot.
So, could it be like a speed thing where you like bust it open and grab it out and then pretend to fall or something as like a, oh no, I fell, my hip.
Yeah, can I do it like really fast?
So yes, I'm unsure because the Colt Saber move is just a 12 on a vitality based roll, right?
Yeah.
So are you trying to run through this thing? Are you trying to rip the false back out?
That was kind of what I was thinking. Like very like speedily getting the thing open, grabbing whatever's in it, and like shutting the door and like.
Angela, what do you want to do?
That's what I was thinking too, along those lines of like doing it as quick as possible, and that's like the daring feat, and then like shutting it before he notices.
So you're trying to open the false back to see what's behind it and then shut it.
Yeah.
Okay. The vitality bit is to get the false back open. I don't know if it's necessarily the speed before he notices. So let me think about this.
Let me swamp that thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, I'll let you do it. And you'll be able to open it enough to look at what's behind there and back out and shut it. I think the only thing here is speed doesn't necessitate quietness. So either the mayor or Officer Brett is going to hear sounds, even though they don't necessarily see you. But they might attribute those to something else. Also, the alarm is really loud.
Okay,
so,
yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Narrate, getting up to like pulling it open, and then I'll tell you what's inside.
Okay, awesome. I like feel the draft. I'm like sweating, sweat's like beating down my face, and then I like do a quick whoom to open it.
Yeah, you open it up, and what you see is a hallway with like that renovation, like plastic paint wall covers, and because you know part of the town hall is under renovation. But this hallway seems to retreat into a part of the building. If you like think about your mental map, that doesn't. I'd probably go to the history wing, maybe. It maybe could also. I think you can see down far enough to see that it branches, and there's also an up and a down, like an emergency staircase back there, or scaffolding or something. And it's about probably all you have a chance to see before you have to shut it. Is that it continues on. And it's a secret passageway of some sort, or maybe it's just left over from Reno, and it hasn't been resolved yet. Kind of odd that it's right next to this wardrobe. But those are all thoughts you'll have to think after this moment, because the mayor has stepped in and you've just shut the door. Where are the three of you in this office? I know Taya's next to the wardrobe. Marina, what are you doing?
I think probably like still admiring like any other type of thing to try to find something. I was probably like in tandem, like working with like to see what was the thing that would budge.
Okay. And then Violet?
I think if there's a bookcase in here, I think Violet was thinking like, kind of the same thing, like pulling on books, moving books a little bit, see if there's like a secret lever in one of them, or to like, if one of them looks like not a book, like if one of them looks like a, here's where I hid my secret items, I'm not a real book.
I'll let one of you roll the meddling move with reason with advantage to have done that in the same time as Taya with the other thing.
I feel this is all on Marina.
Oh,
I feel like you got this. I believe in you.
Okay, I'm gonna pick dice that did not give me a 4 last time.
So you'll roll 3 dice, you'll keep the top 2.
Or I can use my shark tooth necklace to pick a lock or something. Like force open a cabinet. I don't know.
Because Violet is helping you, and she's kind of like taken over part that you don't have to look at.
Okay. Am I rolling? Is it a straight roll or?
It's 3d6. You'll keep the top 2 with reason.
Okay, with reason. Got it. What's my reason?
1.
1. So that's 9.
A 9. You don't find a book that says, "Here is my secret tunnel." But you do find, you find 2 things, and you're going to get to pick between them, but know that the other one will not be an option for you moving forward. So the consequence of time is that you can only grab one of these. Okay. You have a book that says The Contested History of Brindlewood Bay. And Mucky Point, which is kind of like what Brindlewood Bay used to be called. And then next to it, I think maybe that book was sitting on top of like a filing cabinet, and that one of the filing cabinet drawers is open, or maybe on the desk. You can pick where you see it. A folder that has a suspect's name on it.
Oh. They're both good, because one I feel like we could be nosy long term and like do some researchy stuff, but the other one is more like what give you opinions.
I think it's real hard.
Yeah, I have such like decision paralysis.
Well, I will say one of these gives you a clue, and the other one gives you long-term information, exactly like you said. So your choices mechanically it's getting a clue now or getting more town information sooner. In like slow-mo, as you're deciding between these things, you guys hear the mayor go, I'm going to, in slow-mo voice, to turn off the alarm. And why are you in here? And Brett's like, oh, mayor, it's so good to see you. And they're like slow-mo having a conversation as we like zoom in on Marina having to make this decision between the book and the folder.
Okay. All right. I think she, like, in a panic, is like even looking this way and grabbing one and just like stuffing it in her purse, not really knowing.
Oh.
And I'm gonna decide. And then I'm gonna tell it at the end.
Ooh.
Wow, spicy.
You're like,
I
I
love
found
it.
this.
Incredible. So good. I think post this we're gonna smash cut to everyone being outside, but I also think we're gonna take a break.
Woo.
Got that woo.
Woo.
Yeah, we're coming back, and you guys are out on the front steps now. Necklace wasn't found. You're gonna have to check lost and found the next day, Violet. Officer Brett's apologized a few times, as the mayor kindly but sternly reminded you all it is time to go now that he's, made the alarm go away. Everyone is out. Maintenance is like locking up the door now, and it's you all. Danny Walsh is out there, and the sheriff and the mayor and Officer Brett. Everyone else is gone. And I don't think you all know who confessed. You can assume that because Danny is here, it wasn't her. And you can probably assume because Mike was with you, it wasn't him unless he like wrote it down or something. But yeah. You got a lot of clues. The night is ending. Everyone's been brought out of town hall. There's like a line of crock pots for people to come back and pick up, with their accompanying string lights from things people brought but then had to leave and not get to bring with them, that they'll come back and pick up. But for right now, the sheriff and Danny are chit-chatting. Danny's writing stuff down in her notebook as you guys all get to the front steps. The coolness of the evening has settled in here in Brindlewood Bay downtown on the steps of Town Hall. You don't know who confessed, but I think you guys might have a working theory.
I started typing from my notebook before you finished this.
It's all right. Your new clues. You got evidence from Danny that Ace Rogers had previously fleeced a suspect. And then you have the bullet with someone's name on it. And then you learn just like a lot of conjecture, a lot of suspects who have it out for other suspects for different reasons. All right. As a reminder on how Theorize works, every clue you use helps you along the way. If you use 6 of these clues, you can roll 2d6 with no modifier. If you use all 7, you'll get a +1.
I was gonna say, let me look at our suspects.
Yeah. All right, so
Man, I love picking first and then making it around, though. I'm just kidding. I wanted to see Sid's reaction.
Who don't we like?
Yeah, who pissed us off the most?
Close your ears, Jason Cordova. We sin against your game system.
That's what we got.
I mean, Dan was trying to steal Violet's house, so
He wanted to know if you were selling it. It's a very normal realtor question.
Steal her house.
That's where she lives. Where would she live if she sold her house?
I know.
In a different house, in a nice luxury condo.
That sounds terrible. She has an adorable little townhouse with a crow platform.
Oh,
Listen, Dan's doing his job.
Who was talking about the whole fen thing?
It was a half a clue if I remember right, because I looked back at my notes and I think it was Amelia in the first place. So Violet was just had an old lady move and was like, about the fen that Marina told me that you mentioned.
So she heard it like around while she was playing. So that could have come from someone around her.
Yeah, it could be, you know, it could be any of the suspects with that plan. It could be the town plans. It could be, you know, maybe someone with ties. You know, we established that the Whateleys own a lot of the fen land. I will just share, both for you all and our audience at home, that Corinne Whateley, while a wonderful NPC, is not considered a suspect in this mystery.
So, I wonder if this comes back to like Dan and his like skeevy brother, because he's the one who like he's the one who knew that Ace Rogers had, you know, a false identity from interacting with him. And Ace Rogers previously fleeced a suspect. So maybe he knows about Ace Rogers' previous identity because he's the one that he fleeced because of something to deal with like his brother. Like maybe he like threatened him, he was gonna turn him in or something like that. Or was like, hey, I got a great job for your brother. You just got to give me like $500 and like I'll make it happen. And then like took his money.
Wait, what is about Dan's brother? Are they twins? Like what?
No, so Dan's got a younger brother that you guys named Stan. Stan is good for nothing. And it was with a gambling addiction. Yeah, and it was established that Ace Rogers and Stan used to do crimes together, but Ace went by a different name.
And then,
because I do like that idea of like maybe Dan getting upset because his brother got into something.
Well, and then maybe, I mean, shoot, maybe it makes sense that Dan's trying to drain the Brindlewood fen. Maybe Ace Rogers threatened to like stop, like maybe he's getting in process to like acquire the land or something, and maybe Ace Rogers got in the way of that, got in the way of those plans to drain the fen, so he could develop it. And so that if we go with that, then we've got, I'm gonna check these off temporarily, but that would cover those three. And then I feel like the gloves with gunshot residue and the bullet with someone's name on it, like, I mean, those kind of go together.
Yeah, and it could be like Stan's name on it, and then Dan was the one who used it, and it was like Stan's stuff from his crime days with Ace.
Shooting Ace with his old accomplice's gun, with a bullet with his brother's name on it.
Crazy.
Drama.
Damn.
A sloppy move from Dan, using a bullet with Stan's name on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
or
he's a workaholic. He's too busy.
Did the bullet he take from Ace because Ace was threatening to kill Stan? Because it was a whole bullet, right? Like, it was, you said it wasn't just a whole.
Yeah, it's a whole bullet.
So what if Ace had that bullet to kill Stan, and that's how he was like threatening? I don't think that fits, but part of me wants to have the compromising photo be like Ace showing him the bullet with Stan's name on it, but that seems a little too on the nose.
I'm curious, the angle of Dan wanting the fen, but it was also said that the Whateleys have had that land for generations. Why there would be any consideration to sell it to a realtor? Is it Ace that got in the way? Is it Amelia or the Prescotts or the Whateleys?
I mean, maybe it's not like an immediate plan. Maybe it's like in the works, and like he's been talking to Corinne and like playing the long game, trying to get the land. Oh, or does he have sneaky plans to drain the fen like without their permission, and he thinks that'll force them to sell?
Ooh.
Perhaps.
Like vandalize it in some kind of way.
Yeah, like if he completely drains the fen, it would be so much money to like, fix it back up. Maybe they'll just decide to sell, that it's not worth it.
You guys seem pretty convinced that it's Dan.
Well, okay, wait. What did we get anything about Tony? I didn't get to interact with him much.
He seemed afraid and really nervous, and he got Mike a job, so,
Tony's been known to work with ex-convicts and help them get job skills. So not only Mike, but you could probably construe Stan and potentially whatever Ace's real name is. I don't know if they're ex-convicts or just convicts who have never been caught.
And he was
he disappeared and then he reappeared in the group that was like all shuttled to the side post-attic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he could have easily had a gun and had like a pair of gloves covered in gunshot residue, because he could have gotten it from his like felony friends. I don't like this narrative.
I'm trying to think. And this is a bit of a like 360 or 180, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go.
But for some reason, because I was thinking it was Mariah who really didn't like Ace being there because he wasn't like from Brindlewood Bay.
Right.
And she's very like old money, historical society, and she was very close with Corinne. So that could play into her wanting something to do with the fen.
Ooh, I like that.
Because Corinne's also old money.
Yeah. So maybe there's something going on there, but she wouldn't want to get her hands dirty. So
yeah, so she hired someone.
So she hired someone. And I was thinking Tony, but then he, got nervous, and that's why he maybe like went to like downstairs and just like didn't want anything to do with it and chickened out, and she took things into her own hands potentially, and had to wear gloves because I mean that feels very on brand for her.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me see what else. What are the other clues? Plans to drain the Brindlewood fen, and I think but pair of gloves with gunshot residue. And it would be very her to have like engraved like monogram bullets with like the fancy little gun.
Yeah, a little dainty gun. Cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a working Dan theory and we've got a working Mariah theory, it sounds like. Is there two options here?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't think Amelia could have shot this guy?
Nah, that woman can't look anyone in the eye.
Yeah.
I don't think she can do it.
Yeah.
She
loves her newts.
Yeah, she loves her newts.
She loves her newts.
Yep. I mean, we could do Mariah and Dan.
Oh yeah, how could we spend that?
Like maybe she hired. Wait, Sid, is there a way where Dan's brother could pose as Dan and? Or is that like outside of the suspect reach?
I'm gonna say it's a little bit further of a reach because we didn't have any clues that suggested something like that. The closest we got is Ace Rogers' false identity, but Dan seemed very much himself.
Okay. Hmm.
But crime could run in that family.
Hmm.
He's already trying to steal houses, so
He's a realtor. Just asked if you wanted to sell. I can't stress
Very-
enough how normal of a question that is.
it's very impolite, and impolite people commit crime.
That's not impolite. That's
It's a slippery-
someone
Yes,
trying to
it
get
is.
leads. If you got a nice house and people know, they'll be like, "Hey, you ever think about selling?" That's a very normal thing.
It's so impolite.
Oh, different generations.
Also, who's Jeff Simmons again? Did we meet him?
He's the mayor.
Oh, I only wrote
Mayor Simons.
I only wrote Mayor Simon, so I didn't know his first name was Jeff.
Mhm.
I mean, it could also be the mayor. It was his creepy passageway.
Ew, what? Oh yeah, we have to figure out the creepy
Ooh.
passageway.
Yeah, but we like didn't really talk to him. He was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Man, that drug trip really ate into Taya's time.
Sometimes the dice tell a story.
Yeah, you roll really low and you take some octane. Okay.
What if it was the mayor?
Right?
Because, like, it all comes back to the Fen, but
Comes back to the fan.
Why would the mayor want to kill Ace Rogers?
so, I think the mayor knew about Ace Rogers' previous identity, and I think if the photo was of him and Ace Rogers, but Ace Rogers before he was Ace Rogers, it always comes back to like threatening people, but I wonder if he got Ace Rogers into the game. Why would he want Ace Rogers into the game?
Because he's playing for the society or the like his charity.
His
His like
charity.
charity.
Yeah.
Maybe his
Ooh.
charity is
Maybe,
The mayor's charity.
yeah, maybe it's to the mayor's pocket.
yeah, maybe they were gonna like split the money or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but that doesn't excuse why he wants to kill him.
Yeah.
Well, so
He'd want him to win.
he'd want him to win, but I wonder if he. Oh, this makes the mayor really dumb. But what if he was the suspect that? Hold on. What if the mayor was the suspect that Ace previously fleeced, and he looked different enough back then that when the mayor brought him in on this plan, like he didn't realize that it was the same guy. He's like, "Oh, Ace Rogers, like old people look the same." And then he realized that it was the guy who had fleeced him, and realized, and that's where like the picture, the compromising photo is, yeah, again, Ace Rogers, him and Ace before Ace was Ace. And then he realized that like if he lets him win this, he not only does he know that the mayor tried to swindle the competition to get the money, he also knows about whatever the mayor did back in the day. And maybe he like when he brought him in to like swindle the charity, he's like, "Hey, can you like, you know, help out around town, you know, maybe I think this is falling apart, but it's always the Fen. Maybe start talking to people while you're here, like about what we could do with the Fen or something to develop it." Started out strong,
Lots of
and then
angles.
trailed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the common thread seems to be, except for in the case of Dan, you guys have pointed out people paying other people to kill Ace Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the mayor, you didn't point that out with the mayor. You did point out with Mariah hiring someone to do it, and that hiring Tony or perhaps Mike, and then having to do it herself. The mayor, you know, yeah, if he's funneling money, he'd want Ace to win. What if someone knew about that? What if the mayor is the reason Ace is there, but someone else didn't want knew that whole conspiracy? But then why not just out it instead of killing the guy?
Right.
You know?
That's what I think I want to like link Mariah, Mike, and Tony. Like, I think that's the killing group. Like, Mariah hired Tony, and Tony got Mike to do it, and used his like bullets and stuff.
All for Mike. He just
He also pissed me off right at the end.
He's had a long day.
I'm thinking of switching Mike for the house stealer, and maybe
I say one in canon thing that makes complete sense, and you guys say that's it.
Hey, do you want to sell your apartment? See, it's not normal.
I don't own my apartment. I can't sell it.
Would you want to sell it if you could?
Yeah, if I can make money off of it.
There's no reasoning with you.
But because maybe towards the end, like out of desperation and seeing that that Tony wasn't didn't have the stomach for it, maybe she turned to Dan, and then we could incorporate all the stuff that we have around Dan in the fen, and maybe she what was it, was bribing him to do it quick by maybe giving her one of her old money properties that he's really had an eye for.
Well, he really wanted the house by the museum, or the houses by the museum, right? Who owns that?
Yeah, the founders' houses.
I don't know if you guys know that off the top of your head, but you can imagine if it's the founders' houses and Mariah was playing for the Historical Society of Brindlewood Bay, that she's probably connected to those as being one of the founder families, just like the Whateleys and some of the other families here. So she's got connections to it.
Yeah. Maybe she could leverage her pull as one of the old money.
Yeah, I could get you one of those houses.
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
If you kill Ace, because he's gonna win, and I want my thing to win, but she did lose.
She lost so easily. So yeah, what's the why does she want Ace dead?
I mean, maybe the compromising photo is a compromising photo.
A naked photo of Mariah?
With Taya's where?
I know.
Taya's Rita, give it to me right now.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you can take that point you made about the mayor, about if Ace had fleeced the mayor before. What if Ace had fleeced Mariah, and Mariah had a shady thing, and then he shows up at this thing, and she's like, oh no.
She would definitely wear gloves shooting somebody.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, the monogram bullet is very rich people.
Yeah.
So the question is, did Dan kill Ace, or did Mariah kill Ace?
Dan seemed desperate to get those properties, so I bet he'd do it for Mariah.
Right? I want Dan to do it, but with Mariah's influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would want to stay one step removed. Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me...
Okay.
What's gunshot residue?
Okay, and maybe she's involved, so maybe that's where the you help me, I help you. It's not just get him a nice house, it's get him the fen. She's look, I can make draining the fen happen. I have enough power with nobody knows, and then they'll probably sell you the land at that point.
Oh yeah.
So she's
look,
betray Corinne.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's sneaky.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a power dynamic happening there.
Yeah. Well, and that's why she thinks she can get away with it, because she's if it's Corinne here, oh, Corinne's new. Like,
Yeah.
she won't know any better. I'll just advise her when she comes to me for advice when the fen's drained that, oh, it's really not worth that much.
Yeah, and like she
she'll-
trusts me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's plan to drain the Brindlewood Fen.
Yep.
Explained.
Okay.
A false identity we're deciding is Ace. It is Ace. I don't know why I said we're deciding. That
Yeah.
I decided that. It's Ace.
Yeah.
The pair of gloves with gunshot residue found underneath the table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she would have wanted to get rid of that evidence really fast. So, like, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dan shot him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dan.
Does
So,
gunshot residue happen? I don't know stuff. Does gunshot residue happen when
It's
you
when you
shoot?
shoot it.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
That's
Mm.
it's a TV show. We get to decide how it is in our canon.
Mm.
So, yeah. So,
What if?
We-
Okay. What if all of
Yeah.
that, Mariah then like bribes the mayor with the compromising photo or something like that to be like, I can link you to this murder. Like, you have to let me use your passageway or something like that.
Ooh.
Because I'm trying to incorporate the passageway also.
Yeah, you
well,
can.
so I think the secret passageway is how they got from cutting the light to get back down to shoot them with nobody noticing anybody coming down like the main stairs.
Mhm.
Because if you cut a light and then walk back from upstairs, like, everybody's gonna know that it was you.
We'll say canonically the light cut would have been after, unless they cut it and it just like dangled there. 'Cause
Okay.
the shot happened before. But if you want to
Okay,
make it like they prepped it and set it up that way, you totally can.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, I guess it could just be the reverse, as they needed to like get away and get the heat off of them afterwards. And like, if you were gonna go cut a light, you wouldn't want to be the last person seen going upstairs either. So even going up to do it, I guess. But
I mean, she could also just be using the passageway and be like, I found this in your place, in your office.
Yeah, maybe she just knows that it's there, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe she had that information like stored so that maybe that's where she could dispose of the weapon after like the shot was shot. She like gloved went to go dispose of the thing in the secret passage.
Yeah.
it could also be one of those secrets that's not a secret. Like, maybe some of the old money people, like, who have been around for a long time, been through several mayors and stuff like that. One of the mayors in the past, you know, they got drunk when she was younger, and he's like, look, there's this secret
Passageway.
This used to be a hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the glove was found underneath the table where Ace was shot. And it was found pretty immediately. Taya faked her stuff to get that.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm hearing is Mariah's got plans that need to happen. She is trying to expand her influence. She's made maybe a mistake with Ace in the past, and is like, I need to prep. She finds out, even though it's not Ace in the past, she sees that he's invited, and she's like, oh man, okay. Well, maybe I can make this all work for me. Go ahead. Your mouth just dropped.
I know. What if, okay, if she's involved, another reason she might have done this is, literally, this is really great timing. In addition to what you just said, the stuff in the past with him, what if he came and slipped this bullet in her purse or something, and the bullet has her name on it? So that was his
like a
threat to
threat.
her. Yeah, like he used that to threaten her. Yeah, and then if maybe that made her.
Yeah.
She was the one that cut the light to try to like make them get people out of there quicker. Maybe she was like, oh, if people think the building is unsafe and a light falls, like maybe they'll get us out of here sooner and just question people later or something like that. So when she
Okay.
went and cut the light, that's how it like slipped out and fell there. And that was maybe the logic for that, but
I mean, I like that idea of him slipping the bullet with her name on it in her purse.
Love
because
that.
that's such a threat.
Yeah, and maybe so she's the one that he fleeced, right? Like, hey, you're
Go ahead.
like, oh yeah, like they're like argued before this because she's like, I need to win, and he's like, well, I'm gonna win, and then so she's like, okay, I'm gonna put all this stuff into place, and then
Yeah. This is dumb too, but didn't Taya ask her for something out of her purse at one point?
oh yeah, and she was like,
And-
no.
Yeah, and so maybe like she was like, I don't know, that was really weird of Taya to ask about my purse and like dug through her purse and like but I don't remember if that was before or after, so maybe that doesn't
I wonder if that bullet was slipped before like the event really even started.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know? Because she would of course freshened up before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Like she was like, I need to get this going. I need to like get money for my historical society.
Two
You can't-
birds, one stone. The Whateleys have influence, and if they lose the fen and some land, that's less polling weight,
Mhm.
right? Sure,
Mhm.
she has to give up one of the founders' houses to Dan, but that still will bring in business to the rest of the founders' houses and the historical society.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she is willing to and sets up Dan to kill Ace, so he gets what he wants, she gets what she wants. The Whateleys are going to be deposed of some power, and they don't even know it. The only thing this doesn't really explain is you guys talked about the secret passage being like maybe a way to like escape or get some heat off, or maybe like get some things going in the first place, maybe setting stuff up, leaving things for other people to pick up. But the all right, switching tabs. The compromising photo. Did we decide it's a compromising photo, or maybe it's a photo of Ace and who? Of Dan, Ace and Dan, Ace and Stan, Ace and Mariah.
I think it should be Ace and the mayor, so it makes sense that she goes to the mayor's office to like frame him, maybe.
Why does she have to go to the mayor's office?
To get the heat off of her and her accomplices.
I would argue that there wasn't any heat on her. If she set it up right, then it wouldn't just be Dan taking the fall.
Yeah, but she doesn't want Dan to take the fall.
Maybe to dispose of just dispose of the gun.
Because like she needs him to take the fen away, right, from the Whateleys. So she wouldn't want him gone.
I mean, if he was gone, she wouldn't have to fulfill. What if this is a little bit of a double cross? Because she's only draining the fen to help him to get him to do this. But if he gets caught and she has plausible deniability and he can't prove that she was behind it, she just doesn't take the land from the Whateleys. Like, they still have it. She gets her guy killed. She doesn't have to dirty her own hands. So maybe, like...
And she saves her dirt on the mayor for a future use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or she can use her dirt on the mayor if she feels it's going south, and we're like, all right, you stay quiet, we stay quiet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what angle do you guys want? What would Mariah do? If you were writing this as a TV show, what's the juicier ending? Mariah trying to frame the mayor? Or Mariah double-crossing Dan?
I think the double cross.
I like the double cross.
Yeah, and then saving the mayor for later.
Yeah.
Just in case.
And because right now the way it kind of looks is like she could get away scot-free.
Yeah.
Like,
and now I'm trying to think, would then Like, would Dan catch wind of this and confess?
Or
Oh.
another
You
crazy,
guys don't know who confessed.
Oh, is there somebody who would like?
another crazy tangent. What if the
Yeah.
mayor confessed because he's in love with Mariah,
Oh my god.
and the compromising photo was them making out?
Oh my god.
Mariah's a
Plus,
cougar.
fucking Ace Rogers, and he was also there.
He took the photo.
Oh,
All right, I think it's time for theorize. I think it's time to roll. You guys have a solid theory. You got a +1 to this roll. As a reminder, if you roll a 6 or
no.
below,
Dang it.
it's the incorrect solution, and I get to keep a reaction. If it's a 7 to 9, there's a complication either to solution or resolution, and I'll give you a little narration. If you get a 10 or higher, it's a correct solution, and you will like montage you exposing this plot. And then on 12 or higher, a person involved in the dark conspiracy reveals themselves to you. So I saw the noses initially, and I'm pretty sure it's Taya. I'm pretty sure it's Angeli here.
Okay.
I respect the nose.
I'm so
2d6
scared.
plus 1.
You do not want me to roll this.
I rolled a 4. Oh, fine.
You did roll a 4. Okay. Come on, gay dice. Okay, so it's a +1.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yep.
No. Sorry, it fell out. Okay.
Oh,
9? Wait,
9.
7, 8. Yeah, +1. 9, right?
All right, so complication either to solution or resolution.
okay.
Yeah. So, as Danny and the sheriff finish up, you guys get a chance to sort of explain your theory to the sheriff. And you guys start to see him and Danny shoot glances back and forth. Oh, well, no, we know Dan did it. He confessed. Oh, yeah, Danny's got all the details here. And she kind of recounts his open-air confession out of the stress breaking him, he said. The complication to your resolution, not one mention of Mariah, of the fen drain, of any of that. Dan fully confessed. He said he did it out of anger because of how Ace and Stan used to run around and how Ace ruined his brother's life. And he was led away in handcuffs. Danny writes an amazing story, and then also gives her statement about her own abduction within this event. Though Dan did not confess to that. So whoever did that is still out on the loose. Crackpots get picked up. Mariah stops by as you guys are all about to leave to grab her. I think maybe she owns the chocolate fountain. She gives you all a little wave. Shame about Dan, those types, they can't sleep until they get what they want. And I hope he can live with his choices. It was lovely playing with you all. Hopefully a proper charity can win this thing next year.
Get your diaper ready.
She grabs her chocolate fountain and walks back.
Taylor pushes her sunglasses closer.
Yeah, your sunglasses at night.
You tell her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is, probably 8 or 9 in the evening now. CSI is fully going through the building. They're, Dan's giving his his full confession recorded and whatnot down at the police station with the sheriff. You all have been released free to go. What do you do?
I think at least like Marina's just like, how could this have happened? How could they have let that slip?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, you'd think Dan would have said something about Mariah, because, I mean, assumably he could have made a deal, right?
Why would he take the fall? What does he get out of taking the fall?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't like it.
And I mean, they could just like see the gloves. They were clearly like a dainty woman's gloves.
Yeah.
Dan's canonically got the smallest, smoothest hands in Brindlewood Bay. Him and Mariah have the same glove size.
I think back at the handshake at some point.
You like see his poker hand just holding his cards like this.
There's like that one like baby hand, like.
Yeah, but what a question. Why would he take the full fall?
Yeah.
What does he get out of it? I mean, if the thing was for him to receive like the fen or like some kind of compensation for this, like what now? He's in jail.
Yeah. And I mean, he murdered somebody, so you just figure he's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
maybe she's
locked up.
going to pay out his bail or something.
But
He's got money.
Oh. Interesting.
Are you guys having this conversation on the steps?
No.
We should go to. What's that?
So maybe we're walking away and like
We're heading towards my motorcycle.
Across the parking lot
my
with
God.
her impeccable hearing, Danny Walsh.
My God.
I'm kidding. She's not that far away. But you see her kind of similarly. I don't think she's in your conversation or really hearing it, but just kind of similarly, just, flipping back through her notebook and shaking her head and muttering to herself before she gets into her little sedan.
I think I'd like to approach her and just kind of be like, hey, like, Penny, for your thoughts? I mean, you look a little troubled.
I think these thoughts are worth a little bit more than a penny. I mean, what a day. What an evening.
Yeah.
I just don't get. This is off the record, and she closes her notebook as if it's recording. It's not. She just closes it, so she's not writing in it.
Whoa, technology.
I can't get it out of my head that I don't think he acted alone. This town continues to have people who don't want their secrets told.
What makes you think that?
Have you met the people in this town? I don't know. I just feel like I get met with holes in history or dead ends or people not wanting to talk or... I've lived here for a bit. You would think, I mean, being a reporter, I'm not going to be everyone's friend. I get that. But I think there's I think there's a story that has been told the exact way people wanted it to. Even if that's not exactly what's happening. It's like there's some sort of grander plot being written out. I just feel like, gosh, if this were like a TV show, I just don't get access to the, or it's a season-long thing and we're just in the beginning, or, it frustrates me. I need a drink.
I mean, would you like to join us for some margs at our place?
That's a kind of you to offer, but I did already text my psychiatrist, and I will have to meet with them before I get a drink. Unfortunately, I guess I have to be sober for those things. So
Well, don't worry. I truly think as many secrets there are in this bay because I've lived here for so long. Even my father had so many secrets of his own. They all leaked out eventually.
Makes me wonder what secrets the three of you have.
So many.
I'm an open book.
Mostly fiction, huh? And she gives a chuckle. It in good jest. Sorry, you get abducted and forced into a jester costume and tied up, and it kind of messes with your sense of humor for a bit.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And whoever did that, justice will see its day.
Yeah. I think things will start to unravel, and hopefully come into light.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. And then her phone pings, and she kind of pulls it out of her. Oh. If you excuse me, I've got to go. Have a good evening.
Yeah, everything all right?
Oh, yeah, just got someone taking me up on an interview, and I'm going to have to postpone that psychiatrist, so.
Oh, good luck.
Thanks. It's nice to have someone who wants to talk to me.
I mean, we do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to want you guys to take this the wrong way, but it kind of feels like it's going to be rude as soon as I say it. Who else do you all talk to?
We talk to a lot of folks around town.
That's not what they're saying.
Really?
You all have a good night.
Who's saying they don't like us?
She climbs into her car.
Wait.
Gives you a little wave.
Probably the authorities, but I mean...
Yeah.
She flashes her brakes to get you guys to move out of the way so she can pull out.
Violet walks like extra slow, but makes it look like it's just, oh, I'm an old lady. I can't walk that fast.
Taya's gonna do a slide across the hood of her car.
One last vitality night move.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Literally a 12, guys.
Oh my god.
Why didn't I come earlier?
You slide across the hood of the reporter's car, surely making a good impression.
I like wink and I do little finger guns at her.
You see her go and pull out.
Marina's feeling like an absolute lunatic for some reason, and I think it's just the high of the night and like wanting something to like go cool. And we'll try to also do it.
Yes!
Like subtly. And I don't know any of the
night move with vitality, Marina.
I feel like this has to be a collective effort if like
I can't believe this is you guys decided to do this to the one person who was like kind of on your side. What was it, Marina?
Can Taya try to catch her? Just like
you already rolled, my friend. You were just finished your slide.
Can Violet try to catch her? Like,
let me narrate. Marina, what were you afraid was going to go wrong if you failed this? Besides looking not cool.
Falling for sure, or like catching it at the wrong moment. If I'm like trying to like hop onto it and she's like backing up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Into that moment and just like missing completely and just like falling horribly.
Yeah. I think that one of your fellow mavens can catch you, so you don't get a physical condition. But I do think you hear like the crunch of either like your bucket list journal, like spiral bounding or whatever, or your medical bag. You will, if you don't use a crown, you will have broken one of the things in your cozy little place, and you would have to use a cozy little move to make it available to you once more.
Okay.
What do you want to land on, or do you want to use a crown?
I think I think I'll land on my medical bag. I think that'll give me a good cushion.
Oh no.
Yeah, you get a cushion, but then you can also hear like your like tongue depressors and your tweezers and everything kind of just like bend in an awkward way.
Skin.
Yeah, your jar of skin, your jar for eye. You hear that glass crack on the inside, but I think the bag keeps it all contained. But everything's definitely all meshed together now.
Oof.
But yeah, I think Violet and Taya both can catch you, so you don't also bust your ass.
This is what I get for trying to be cool.
I mean, I think you're pretty cool as
You
you
look
are.
very cool doing it, and I just wanted to try.
Thank you. Thank you. It's okay. You had the right gusto, just not the technique. But I mean, I can teach you if you want.
Yes. Next time I'll land it.
I think we'll move from this scene of you guys discussing proper car sliding technique as Danny Walsh is like, seriously, what? And she's like trying to pull out inside of her car. As you guys all take turns sliding over. Wait, Violet, you said you wanted to do it too, right?
I mean, I feel like I have to.
I feel like you said it was a group effort, and I glossed over it. I want to give you your due.
I mean, she could also use her moment to catch Marina. Would be valid.
We can say Taya's got Marina if you want to roll it.
Yeah.
Sure,
However you want.
Let's do it. Why not?
Why does she say the
Yeah,
people
let's do
who
it.
like us? I mean, we're a riot.
I like goes, hold my margarita. I can do better. That's actually not the worst it could be with vitality, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 7.
All right, on a 7,
Not the worst.
The worst was literally 2.
That's so funny.
Covered. We're just showing people the spectrum of success in Brindlewood Bay.
Yeah.
a complication or cost. Do you want a condition, or would you rather break something as well?
Let's take a condition. We'll probably need to get cozy soon. I'm sure it'll
Cool.
be fine.
It's okay. You'll probably figure it out in your next episode here, but I think your condition is less like a condition physically for you. I think you're the last one to try to slide across the hood of this car. The 3 of you have done it to varying degrees of success, and I think there's just like maybe like you had keys in your pocket or something. You scratched the paint on Danny's hood, and your condition is that you owe her a debt. You're indebted to Danny because of this car thing.
Was there a good thing that I got from being
You
in the
slid.
middle, or like
You made it all the way across and you didn't get hurt, but you definitely scratched the paint a little bit.
It was great form, Violet.
You looked cool.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Taya's like tapping on Danny's window and going, "Fiction this."
She lays on her horn and opens up the door and just yells over to Sheriff.
Well,
I'm gonna jump on my motorcycle and get everyone to get on.
Yeah. Do you have like a little sidecar?
Yeah,
Two sidecars.
on each side.
Like strap on a thing straight away.
Yeah.
So I can get into a little egg.
I love that. 2 really cool slides and then Marina almost busting her butt. And you guys get away in the motorcycle as Danny, we almost had a good thing going, and then you all decide to slide over her car.
It's all in
Just
play.
because
It's
she
all in
let you know some people don't like you.
It's like, we'll show her.
It was out of being cool. Taya is always gonna go for the cool thing.
Incredible. I think we'll fade from there. We'll get some end credit scenes of y'all with your margaritas as per usual. Recline. Is that the plan? Margs?
Mark.
In trying to figure out why Dan didn't throw Mariah under the bus.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Murder
think the theories get a little more wild as the night goes on. I think it's probably bounced around, maybe like he's had an affair with everybody, like all the other suspects or something, and like yeah, very outlandish.
Mariah, yeah.
Yeah, someone's definitely an alien. That gets brought up.
Yeah. He's secretly a lost child of the Whately family, trying to reclaim his family name.
Yeah, he's an android that Mariah's controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. And as like our camera pulls out of Taya's place, as you guys are sharing these wilder and wilder theories, and I think sending each other in stitches or arguing back, all in good jest and good fun, we pan out into that crisp, cool air of the evening. For a moment, we see the outside of the antique store. We see the pottery studio. We see all these institutions, right? Of the bay. We see the founders' houses, the whaling museum. We scoot through the fen. And our camera does this thing where it like exits the fen and goes up to the cliffside and then like reverses, like when you put footage and rewind, it brings us back to the fen. Where as it settles back in and play resumes on this tape, we see a group of hooded figures wearing angular white masks, marching 2 by 2 on a path in the fen. Each one of them holding like a candle and a candle stick holder. And you guys can see the little bits of bugs and dust that are flying around this this light in the fen. And they get to a pond, not unlike the pond at the quarry. This one's a lot dirtier. And that 2 by 2 tight form group of people in robes and masks veers out and circles the pond. As they split, a figure in all white, severe bob, angular jawline, pearls, the high heels, and the eyeliner, steps forward and walks right into the pond, her pristine white suit getting sullied by mud and detritus. The cultists begin to chant. One by one, their candles go out. The woman lays down in the pond, face up towards the sky. And like a theater spotlight, the moon shines down on her. And a beatific, a euphoric, bright face of Corinne Whately stares back up at the moon. The water begins to bubble and churn. And she sinks below it. And that's where we'll end.
Oh my.
Crazy.
What have you gotten involved in? You were supposed to be good.
I know.
Oh,
You guys said maybe betrayal, and I said bet. It's happening tonight. Who knows? Just because she's laying down in a pond, Ophelia style, doesn't mean she can't be good.
You're right.
it's totally normal behavior.
It's as gray as her now gray tracksuit or whatever.
Yeah.
I also forgot to mention the thing I picked up in the office.
Yeah, what'd you take?
I took the book.
The complicated history of Brindlewood Bay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I probably drunkenly as we're like our theorized we're we're theorizing why Dan took the fall, we'll just be like, oh, I forgot to, like, look what I got in the office, and like, take it out.
Yeah. Do you want to have read a part of it this evening?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe because Amelia had mentioned it, you flip to the section about the Whateleys. And you read, though highly contested and incredibly divisive, in 1885, renowned spiritualist and pseudoscientist Atticus Whately moved to the tiny whaling town of Brindlewood Bay. There, in a little house near the water, and then in the margin, someone has written in Albertine's Antiques. Whately began his studies of what he called alternate realities and parallel planes of existence. It is said he believed Brindlewood Bay was at the nexus of several ley lines, invisible lines that connect places of power in this world, and therefore was a place of great spiritual power itself. This has not been confirmed. It's known that Atticus Whately was insane, period, in parentheticals. It is said that it is documented he held regular meetings of fellow astral explorers and was known to be a photography enthusiast. Still to this day, there are many photographs of Whately and his companions all over town. I think maybe these scenes are like juxtaposed, like you are reading this, but we are seeing the scene of Corinne exiting these like people robed in their masks and going into the pond. It makes me want to give you guys a little bit extra, if that's all right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
Corinne had sank into that pond, and I think this is where you're reading the bit about several ley lines that connect places of power in this world. And over in the quarry, in a pond haunted by sailors' voices, a Corinne Whately walks out of that water in a fully black suit, as if she had never been wet at all. And there, in the glow of her smartwatch, she types something in. Just the little hint of a smile you can catch in that. And then I think that scene fades.
Oh. That's crazy.
What? We were rooting for you.
That's where this, Dead Man's Hand is going to end. I think we're maybe left with still some questions that might come to fruition either in our next episode or throughout the course of this campaign. Like, what is Corinne doing? What does Mariah want to do? Why did Dan not rat her out?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that passage right to the mayor's office? Who abducted Danny? All of those things. But for now, I want to ask, do you guys want to do your advancements right now, or do you want to call it a night? Because it's been a little bit of time. As the earlier storm had passed, and we find ourselves moving throughout the bay.
I'm down to do it now, if you guys are.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right on.
I don't think it'll take too long.
Yeah.
Cool. So for those of you guys who are watching, every time we finish a mystery, we take advancements in Brindlewood Bay. These end of session questions we mark at the beginning of our mystery, and then if we complete them, we get experience points. Every 5 experience points, we can take an advancement, which is anything from increasing our ability modifiers to choosing additional moves, unmarking broken things in our cozy little place, things like that. So let's start. We're just going to go in sheet order. Taya, we're going to start with you. Did the Maven solve a mystery?
Question mark, yes? Okay, cool.
Yes, at least one mystery. I think you guys gained more. Did you share a memory of a late family member?
I don't know if it counts, but right at the end, I tried to sneak in my Taya's dad having secrets. I don't know if I had mentioned anyone else. I might have, but
I don't think so, but I also only listened to our most previous episode right before this and not the first one. So we can always double check before our next session.
Okay.
Well, your dad having secrets, that's a statement. I don't know if that's a memory that you shared.
That's true.
Right? So I'm going to give that one a no.
Okay.
But I do think you showed someone you still got it.
Ah.
You did drugs, you slid on a car, you balanced on beams.
Did drugs.
So all sorts of stuff.
Crazy.
All right. Marina, did Maven solve a mystery?
Oh yeah.
Did you undermine the authority of a local official?
Yeah, at the beginning.
You roasted Dalrymple to Mariah and Curran. I remember you saying that, and I was like, this is this point right here. And did you show someone you've still got it?
Definitely not in the way that Tan did. Show people that I have nothing, but I think maybe in like the original like outfit and like showing up,
The vibe, yeah.
going very like Moira and like ready like glam, like pure glam, which is not what she's used to being in.
I would accept that. Right on.
Nice.
Violet, did the murder maven solve a mystery?
Yes.
Did you share your wisdom with a young person?
No.
I think you did. You talked a lot to Dan and to Tony.
Does he
and
count
to
as
Mike.
young people?
They're all younger than you.
Oh, okay. Well. Oh, well, let's try with poor Tony. All right, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Dote on someone. I was thinking Tony for doting on someone.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
He was like so upset, and she's like, "Hey, it's okay. Like, I'll get you some water." And
I think that
secretly
fits more, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right on. So racking up some experience there. Cool. Not quite enough to get an advancement, but probably at the end of our next mystery, you will. That's all I got. I gotta go plan some more things after tonight. But for now, all of our mavens are cozy with their margaritas and their theories, and with no clue that people are portaling out of ponds and things like that.
Crazy.
For now.
Yeah.
Things are only going to get crazier here in Brindlewood Bay. As Taya, you so expertly put it, all of the secrets fall out eventually.
Oof.
Good stuff. To those of you guys who are watching, thank you for watching. To all of you, thank you for playing. This was a really fun one to see you guys up against the clock and up against a confession. And the way that it ended, I think we're going to have some fun exploring all those ramifications. So pumped for you all. And then, oh gosh, I even listened to it today. It's As It Is Below and Is Below With You.
It is below with you.
It is below with you, dear viewer. We'll get it by the end, I promise. But thank you and see you later.
Bye.
All right.